Hello, my name is Amr Ali Eldin. I am a lecturer in computer science and information technology at Leiden Institute of Advanced Computer Science, LIACS, and at Mansoura University. My research is about privacy and security management in critical information systems. Privacy preservation represents an important public value for open government. The decision to open governments and governmental data should take into consideration the impact this has on citizens' privacy. In this video, we address basic concepts related to privacy preservation strategies in open government. After this video, you should be able to identify privacy threats associated with open government and identify strategies that can be used to preserve privacy in open government. A lot of studies have flagged the possibility of privacy violation when publishing government data openly due to the leakage or exposure of real identities when linking different data sources together. Before publishing the data, organizations are asked to remove any identifying information from the data, which is known as anonymization. Nevertheless, some studies in anonymization techniques show that anonymized data can still be de-anonymized, and hence real identities can be revoked. In the open government, real identities can be revoked due to the possibility of linking data together. This is because different data sources which are linked together will be available online from different organizations. Data users, with the use of simple join queries, can retrieve complete user profiles. The second reason for identities leakage or exposure is the possibility of mining data afterwards to get meaningful conclusions. This can lead to leakage of sensitive data or users' real identities. Another privacy threat in open government is the loss of control over the data. Once submitted online, governments cannot predict who will be using the data and for what purposes. Data use can then result in undesired situations, such as one in which a data user identifies sensitive personal medical information. So which examples are there of privacy violation? In 2006, Netflix announced a $1 million prize for the best algorithm that can predict users' ratings of movies with very little information that is published online anonymously. Two researchers, however, were able to identify users in the Netflix reviews with their data from sites such as the Internet Movie Database, a source for movie, TV, and celebrity content. Moreover, they could reveal the viewing history of some users. Such privacy breaches can also take place in the context of open government. After knowing privacy threats in open government, let us move on to the strategies that are used to reduce these threats. Among these strategies are data anonymization, changing quasi-identifiers, removing sensitive data, and publishing non-personal data only. In order to understand the four strategies, consider the case of publishing data about three users, Joe, Bob, and Jan. Four data types are shown: user identities, quasi-identifiers colored in yellow, sensitive data colored in red, and non-personal data colored in green. The first strategy, data anonymization, represents the most common approach that is required to privacy preservation. In this context, special algorithms are implemented on the data by the data publishers to remove user identities. By doing so, governmental agencies adhere to the European data directives and data protection laws. Notice the removal of the IDs of Bob, Jan, and Joe in the figure. Despite the aim that anonymized data makes user identities untraceable, user identities can still be revoked by other data types known as quasi-identifiers. Examples of such data attributes are age, gender, and zip code. If combined with other data, these quasi-identifiers can reveal the real identities of users. quiz identifiers can be changed, which you can see in this figure by the color change. Changing query identifiers represents an extra measure for privacy preservation. If there is sensitive data, such as data about medical diseases, this data needs to be protected as well. This is done by removing the sensitive data from the dataset before publishing the data openly. Notice that change in the figure. Sometimes an analysis or trade-off is required to study the need for publishing government data compared to the expected risks. This is needed, for instance, for some types of data, or if we are not sure that the before-mentioned measures remove privacy leakage and exposure risks. In this case only, data classified as non-personal is allowed to be published. Notice the change in the figure, which represents only publishing non-personal data. To summarize, in this video, we introduced privacy threats associated with open government together with a demonstration of some of the strategies that can be used to reduce these threats in the context of open governments. Here are the references related to this presentation. Thank you for your attention.